Time for your daily dose of corporates and market. You're watching Corporate Central. I'm Shrestha Tiwari. Over to the day's big corporate stories. Bharti Airtel on Monday announced changes to its leadership team in Airtel Business. Ajay Chitkara, CEO Airtel Business, has decided to move on from Airtel. He will continue with the company until the third week of August 2023. In a regulatory filing, the company has said that consequently, Airtel Business will operate as three business and channel segments, that is, global business led by Vani Venkatesh, domestic business led by Ganesh Lakshminarayanan, and Nextra data centers led by Ashish Arora. Lupin is considering a restructuring move to unlock value by demerging its API business. Lupin is reportedly considering a demerger of its API business following in the steps of Glenmark Pharma. The finer details of the merger, such as potential listing or stake sale, are yet to be determined. This strategic decision follows in the footsteps of Lupin's peer, Glenmark Pharma, which successfully spun off its API business into a separate entity named Glenmark Life Sciences in May 2019. Glenmark Life Sciences debuted in August 2021. Lupin's stock has experienced a notable increase of about 24% in the past 3 months. ICICI Prudential has received a demand notice and a show cause notice of 492 crore rupees. This notice has been received from the Directorate of Goods and Services Tax Intelligence. This matter is related to input tax credit, which has become a matter of dispute for the entire industry. On this notice, ICICI Prudential says that the company had claimed input tax credit in exchange for services, but DGGI believes that the company is ineligible for these claims. Through this notice, DGGI has asked the company to pay 492 crore rupees. This matter relates to July 2017 to July 2022 period. Yesterday, we had reported about HDFC Life getting a similar notice for 942 crore rupees. The company has deposited 190 crore rupees during the investigation. Byjus Ravindran, CEO of Byjus, is in a meeting with shareholders, admitted to past mistakes but assured that his learnings far outweighed any misstep. He also stressed that the valuation of the company was intact at $22 billion. In the meeting with nearly 75 shareholders on Saturday, Ravindran highlighted his personal investments in the company, including $400 million in the parent company, $250 million for the Akash acquisition, and an additional $250 million through pledged secondary shares in last funding round. He said that all Byjus processes would be strengthened with the assistance of newly appointed CFO Ajay Goyal and General Counsel Roshan Thomas. The country's largest IT company, TCS, has appointed a new head of a resource management group, that is RMG. This means that the company has appointed a new head for recruitment. Sivakumar Vishwanathan has been appointed as the new RMG head after the company's old head, E.S. Chakravarti, went on leave. In the 44th episode of Corporate Central, we had told you about the revelations about the big scam in this company. A senior officer of the company has been accused of taking hefty commissions from staffing companies for years now in exchange for providing jobs, and the amount of this commission has been stated to be up to 100 crore rupees. Following these allegations, the company has fired at least 15 people from its RMG division in the United States, Canada and India, and blacklisted 8 staffing companies. Google has urged the Supreme Court to quash antitrust directives against it for abuse of the Android market. The development comes weeks after the tech giant received partial relief in the key Indian market as a tribunal court set aside 4 out of its 10 directives in the same case. The Competition Commission of India said in October that Google, whose Android mobile operating system powers 97% of the 600 million smartphones in India, had exploited its dominant position. In March, it got partial relief by NCLAT when it set aside 4 out of the 10 directives in the case. As per sources, Google is now asking the Supreme Court to quash the remainder of the directives. HDFC Limited Chairman Deepak Parekh has said that the merger HDFC and HDFC Bank will be effective from 1st of July To approve this merger, the board of HDFC Bank and HDFC Limited will meet after the market closes on June 30th. The merger of HDFC Bank and HDFC Limited has got all the regulatory approvals. Deepak Parekh also said that there will be separate board meetings of both the companies, and this will be the last board meeting of HDFC Limited. HDFC Vice Chairman and CEO Keki Mistry has said that the company's shares will be delisted on July 13th. The merger of these two companies was announced in April last year, and the new company will have assets worth about 18 lakh crore rupees. After the merger, 100% stake in HDFC Bank will be held by public, and existing shareholders of HDFC Limited will hold around 41% stake in the bank. The shareholders of HDFC Limited will get 42 shares of HDFC Bank for every 25 shares held. From corporates, now moving on to the stocks of the day, and also let's analyze the reason behind it. First up is Sapphire Foods, a company that operates more than 400 restaurants of KFC, Pizza Hut and Taco Bell in India, Sri Lanka and Maldives. Saw a jump of up to 4.25% on Tuesday. The stock touched an intraday high of 1,449 rupees. However, after the profit booking took over, the reason behind the movement was the block deal of 30 lakh shares in the opening trade. WWD Ruby, the Indian promoter of Sapphire Foods, is believed to have sold its entire stake, according to a report quoted by Bloomberg. The floor price of this block deal was fixed at 1,345 to 1,391 rupees per share. Sapphire Foods was started in September 2015 with the acquisition of about 250 stores of KFC and Pizza Hut in India and Sri Lanka. Shares of BLS International, a company providing visa and immigration services, jumped 5% in the first few minutes of Tuesday's trading session. The stock also touched an intraday high of 203 rupees, which is very close to its 52-week high of 208.90 rupees. The reason behind this boom is the news of IPO of the subsidiary company. The board of BLS E-Services, a subsidiary of BLS International, on June 26th approved raising capital through an IPO. There was a jump in the stock due to the news of the IPO, and the stock closed off a day's high as no information was given about the size, price and other details of this IPO. Axis Gates Technologies shares hit the upper circuit of 5% for the third day running. The stock opened at 475.75 rupees and also closed at the upper circuit of 5%, which is the highest ever level of the stock. It was due to the news related to the refinancing of the loan that so much enthusiasm was seen in the stock on Tuesday. The company has announced refinancing of loan of 210 crore rupees. According to the information given by the company to the stock exchanges, the refinancing of this loan will reduce the interest cost or interest expense of the company by about 4% annually. Axis Gates had acquired a company named Mistral in December 2022, for which this loan was raised. Mistral has experience in businesses such as semiconductor, embedded electronics, defense and product engineering. This acquisition was started in 2017 and was completed in 4 phases, and the company was valued at 296 crore rupees. Shares of Aditya Birla Capital, a company associated with Birla Group's financial services business, touched a 5-year high of 190.30 rupees on Tuesday. The stock had jumped about 5% in intraday and closed with a gain of about 6%. The reason behind this boom is the QIP issue launched by the company, through which it wants to raise 1,750 crore rupees. The floor price of this QIP issue has been fixed at 175.99 rupees per share, which is at a discount of about 3% from Monday's closing. On May 11, the company's board had announced raising capital of 3,000 crore rupees, which would be in 1 or more phases through equity or debt. Under this plan, the company's board had given approval to the promoter and the promoter group entity to raise 1,250 crore rupees at a rate of 165.1 rupees through a preferential issue, which we had informed you in the 29th episode of Corporate Central. Through this offer, Grasim Industries will be issued 6.06 crore shares for an investment of 1,000 crore rupees, and Surya Kiran Investments will be issued 1.51 crore shares for an amount of 250 crore rupees. That was all about corporates and markets for the day, but before the showdown, over to some important corporate events and triggers which could make big market impacts. On June 28, monthly expiry of June futures takes place. Also, it's the last day for Rain Industries at FNO. SEBI board to meet and will hold a press conference at 5:50 p.m. BPCL board meeting on capital raising will be held. Also, MCX board will consider technology transfer. Board meeting of HBL Power on part sale of 2 products. IdeaForge IPOs day 3 and also day 2 of Scient DLM IPO. Globally, on June 28th, Fed Chairman's address at European Central Bank's Central Banking Conference to take place. That is all tonight on Corporate Central. For more personal finance updates, log on to Money9's website and Money9 app and keep watching Money9.